What's up guys, welcome back to Among the Fins. I am your host Aaron, and if it's your first time seeing one of my videos, I'd like to welcome you to my channel where I do music reviews and we could just sit down and talk about the things we love or hate, and I'm always taking requests, so go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what you want me to review, and I'll throw it on the whiteboard and we'll get you squared away. And on today's review, we're going to be talking about the new single release, Ohms, by the band Deftones. Deftones is an alternative metal band from California. They started about 1988, and they went through some lineup changes here and there, and they became official in, I believe, 1993, and their first album came out in 95. I'm sure you guys will correct me if I'm wrong, kind of just pulling this off the top of my head from what I do know about the band. And Ohms, which is actually the name of the new album that's going to be coming out, is going to be their 9th studio album. Deftones is probably the biggest band I've had reviewed on this channel. They have 9 fantastic albums, and I'm starting to learn that a lot of people haven't really listened to them, or like this is their first time hearing them when they listen to Ohms, and it's kind of shocking. So if you haven't listened to them yet, I highly suggest you do, and you can start at the very beginning and go all the way through. I highly suggest listening to Adrenaline, White Pony, Around the Fur, Diamond Eyes. Just honestly, they have some better albums and they have some worse albums, but they're all worth listening to. So I'm kind of shocked that there's people that don't know this band and haven't listened to them, so I'm just kind of addressing that. Go check them out if you haven't yet. And for those of you who are Deftones fans, you will know exactly what I mean when I say that Ohms has just that classical Deftones sound and feel to it, but at the same time, it does sound new and fresh, and the main riff and the opening riff sound kind of familiar, and I think the reason for that is because it kind of has some like old school classic rock elements to it, and it's a fun song and it's a really fun riff, but it kind of left me wanting a little bit more, especially since Deftones is known for having big, ambient, powerful guitar parts to it. And the vocals from Chino Moreno are absolutely amazing. They're like a fine wine. They just keep getting better and better, and they're so transcendent that I felt like the guitar parts that were kind of lacking ambiency and being big and emotional and feel and all that, I felt like the vocals did more than make up for it, and definitely set the mood for the song. And the lyrics they're good and simple. The song is basically about being in like a negative situation or being surrounded by negativity, but still having a positive outlook or even having a positive outcome. And he even stated that, like in an interview, he said you could basically take the song however you want, but what he was envisioning is basically the world that we're in right now and just how bad it is. And the drums and bass do a pretty good job at keeping the rhythm going throughout the entire song and having a good flow, especially towards the end when the timing gets a little crazy and things get a little weird, and there's kind of like polyrhythms going on and all kinds of different stuff. But even though it was a big buildup, it felt kind of, I don't know, it kind of fell flat for me. Like I was expecting this big, gigantic ending, and it just did some kind of crazy stuff, and it just kind of ended. It was very anticlimactic. It just, I don't know, there was a build-up, and I felt like I was kind of let down. So with all that said, I gotta give the single Ohms by Deftones a 2.8 out of 5. I enjoyed Ohms, but it was kind of just a middle-of-the-ground song to me, considering how good the rest of Deftones' catalog is. This song just didn't really do it all that much for me, and I listened to it quite a bit before doing this review. And honestly, I probably won't go back to it just because the replayability for it just isn't really there. But I am very excited for the new album to come out, and I'm sure that my opinion will change once I hear the song in the album. Usually it always changes whenever I hear it as a whole and I hear how it's placed in there. I did think it was kind of weird though that they came out with the title track song as the first single, and it's also the last song on the album, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to envision this as being a closing song. But I'm still pretty excited about it. But I want to know what you guys think. If you listen to Ohms, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what you thought. If you haven't listened to it yet, go ahead and give it a listen. I'm going to leave a link for it down in the description below. Just click on it. It's a 4-minute long song, and let me know what you would rate it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. But at the same time, let me know why you think that Ohms is the greatest thing ever, or why it absolutely sucks, or why you think I'm just stupid. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think. Let me know your opinion, because I'm sitting here giving you mine, and I would like to hear yours. And even if you don't leave a request asking me to review something, you just happen to like what you see here, feel free to subscribe and click the bell icon. That way you still get notified when I upload videos. Doing any of those things help me out tremendously. Liking, subscribing, commenting, doing any of that stuff. I appreciate it more than you guys could ever imagine. Even if you just stop by to tell me that I'm dumb and I have no clue what I'm talking about, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video and leave your opinion. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you next time.
I was